They can expect to be without power for the next couple of days. They say that at least 2 more days is how long it's going to take to get the power restored. I want to give you a live look right now at Encore's outage map because crews are working around the clock, but right now, unfortunately, they do say some 60,000 North Texans, again, are expected to be in the dark this evening. Brooke Rogers is live for us now in Richardson. Brooke, of course, evening is upon us. We can see the sun dropping now, so it's only going to be a little bit longer before evening falls on us. And again, so many people without power tonight, Brooke.
That's right, Ken. And house after house on this block, we are seeing basically the same scene. Cars that families were driving yesterday, homes that families were living in yesterday, now a loss. But as you look down the street, what you will see is groups of volunteers. And what that represents is glimpses of a community already rallying to rebuild. For many in Richardson, the terror of last night.
We looked through the skylight, it was purple, but the skylights, all the lights went black, and then the house just started shaking real bad.
Revealed a morning filled with both destruction and human decency.
It was just like we saw a need, and we just came.
In the Richland Park neighborhood, the Texas Baptist Men, First Baptist Richardson, and the Qualum Institute in Arlington all showed up ready to do the heavy lifting. Be that clearing debris, building tarps, or firing up the grill.
Because of the electricity issue, we were just telling people to bring their frozen goods that are deep thawing, and we're gonna throw it on the grill, and then we'll also bring in pizza and things like that. So just trying to help out the effort.
They served 160 volunteers hot dogs and burgers Monday afternoon.
Do you guys need to eat? We have veggie burgers, hot dogs, hamburgers, whatever you need. We're here to help you.
And knowing this recovery effort will be a long one, these volunteers say they will stay as long as there's a need.
Something as simple as just making a hamburger to have somebody smile and have a little bit of hope in a really devastating situation has been a blessing to my family. It's been a blessing to our community, and it's been a way that we can connect to people that we don't get to see every day.
And they will be out here again tonight at 6. They wanted me to tell everyone that everyone in the community is welcome to join them. Live in Richardson, Brooke Rogers, CBS 11 News.
And I'll call for everyone. Brooke Rogers, thank you very much. Right now, let's get back up to Doug Dunbar. He is just up the way, also out here in the Preston Hollow neighborhood. Doug?
Hey, Ken, so it's easy to see everything from the ground. The aerial view that you see in the other box here on television gives you the broad perspective and the scope of everything that's been damaged here. The storm's path of destruction, basically, from the southwest to the northeast that Scotty's been talking about. Last night's tornado is the second major storm to hit Dallas this year. We all go back to June 9th. Strong winds back then. The rain pounded the area. Remember that crane collapsed and we had a death, killed the woman in the apartment building? Jack Fink is live for us today along Marsh right now, just north of Walnut Hill, with how the city is responding this time around. Because, Jack, we have lessons that we did learn back in that June storm.
Well, that's right, Doug. You know, this area got slammed last night. Take a look at the Walnut Hill United Methodist Church behind me. A lot of downed trees, the roof sustained damage, and aside from making sure everyone is safe, a big priority for the city of Dallas is assessing the damage. And the city tells me that job will continue until sundown today and then start right back up again early tomorrow.
This is video from a CBS 11 drone flying over Marsh Lane and Walnut Hill Lane. To the northeast, you can see homes obliterated and a shopping center gutted. Amity Perry surveyed the fallen trees at the house she rents and says they are lucky.
Of all the damage, all the trees and everything else, the house itself didn't sustain a lot of direct damage in terms of we don't have any windows out, we do have some roof damage.
The city of Dallas has a team of 20 people trying to get a preliminary assessment of all the damage. Emergency managers say they were notified at 9:01 last night there was a tornado warning, and they wasted no time.
We activated our sirens at 9:02. By 9:03, all the sirens that needed to be activated were there, so there was no lag in there. It took us less than 2 minutes to get the warning siren out.
Aside from assessing the damage, public works crews are already clearing storm debris from intersections.
We have our crews also out in the field, closely coordinating with our first responders to make sure that we see the debris as it's out there now.
He says the city will also quickly hire contractors to remove debris. Mayor Eric Johnson praised first responders and city staff for their quick response.
We have a
a strong city, a resilient city, and we're going to get through this. And I know that our folks are going to step up to the plate and make sure that we take care of one another.
And take a look at the size of this tree that was uprooted last night. There are so many in this area, and because of this, the city of Dallas is urging residents to remain inside from 7 p.m. until 7 a.m. through Thursday. And if you don't live in this area, the city says you need to stay away for your own safety. Live in Dallas, Jack Fink, CBS 11 News.
Jack, thank you very much. Scotty Padge, I want to bring you in because we can show the damage. It's a second thing to be here and see it in person, but then a whole different set of emotions when you understand that people's lives have been turned upside down, not for days, not for weeks. This is going to be months, if not longer, for a lot of these people.
It really is, Doug, and that's why we try to get those warnings out as soon as possible. And the good thing that we've been reporting no fatalities at all from this. Yes, we have had some injuries, but thankfully it hasn't been a worse situation as far as that is concerned. Now, meteorologists from the National Weather Service are out today and looking at that damage, looking at the damage path. I've also been kind of estimating it as well with the radar, looking back last night for the velocity, and this is my rough estimate, at least for one of the tornadoes in the North Dallas area, just near the Walnut Hill Lane area, just north of that, then pulling its way to the north and east, crossing over the tollway, and then continuing to cross over 75, and then making its way closer towards 635, and continuing closer towards Richardson. So we'll continue to look at that as we go through the next couple of days, and the National Weather Service as well. What we do know is confirmed one EF0 tornado, which was north of Wills Point in Van Zandt County, one EF1 near Rowlett, and the one we've been talking about in the North Dallas area, one EF3, and that has winds up to 136 to 165 miles per hour. So we're continuing to assess the damage under a beautiful day, lots of sunshine, and temperatures sitting in the upper 60s to the low 70s. That's going to be the story the next couple of days. We're at 78 for your Wednesday. Thursday, seeing 70 degrees. We have another cold front on the way and rain in the forecast, cooling us back down as we go into the weekend and that fall weather sticking around. And as we go to break, video from Drone Force 11 showing us just more of the damage in Dallas.
I called Baker Brothers